Hello class, good day. So this lecture is a continuation of our Unit 2, Stress. So this is about the analysis of thin-walled pressure vessels. Okay, so let's start. So thin-walled vessels, so first let's discuss what is a thin-walled pressure vessel. So when a storage tank is filled either with gas or fluid, which is subjected to an internal pressure P that is tangent to the surface, it is an important problem developed in any cylindrical and spherical vessels that resist bursting forces. So thin-walled pressure vessels have these characteristics or types. So we can analyze cylindrical pressure vessels. So cylindrical, ibig sabihin, yun yung kanyang shape. And then spherical pressure vessel na ganito naman yung itsura. So usually, these vessels are contained ng gas or liquid. So madalas natin nakikita to sa mga roof deck. So ginagamit siya for storage or for storing liquid or gases. Pero pagka sa mga roof deck ng mga residential houses or mga condominium, so liquid madalas to or water ang laman. Um, Yun, puwede rin siyang lagyan ng gas, pero hindi yun madalas makikita sa mga residential na houses or condominiums. So yung mga tanks na ang contained ay gases makikita natin madalas sa mga pabrika, no, sa mga factory. Okay? So our concern here sa analysis of thin wall pressure vessel is for the design nung magiging tank natin when it comes to the thickness, kung gaano siya kanipis kasi nga thin walled vessel siya. Okay? So inaalam natin kung ano yung thickness ng vessel na nagagamitin natin para hindi siya mag-burst out kapag may laman na siyang tubig or gas. No? So purely subjected to pressure, internal pressure, itong mga vessels natin. So, madalas, yung type na material na ginagamit natin na for thin-walled vessel ay mga metallic no, na mga material nowadays, like steel, aluminum, na maninipis lang. Okay? So, kung gaano kanipis, ayan, basahin natin yung statement sa baba. So, it is said to be thin-walled when the wall thickness of the pressure vessel is much smaller than both the inner and outer radius. Ayan, no? Mas maliit yung thickness ng vessel, no, kaysa doon sa inner and outer radius nung tangke. Okay, so therefore, it will be assumed that there is a negligible variation in the stress field across the thickness of the vessel. So, in applying the formula for both cylindrical and spherical vessel, consider the inner diameter. Ayan, so dagdag din siya ng input no about aside from the reference natin nung kung gaano kanipis no yung thickness ng wall of the vessel. So mas malaki siya kaysa sa inner tsaka outer diameter or radius pala or inner or outer radius. And pagdating naman sa analysis, so hindi daw nagkakaroon ng varying na load distribution pagdating doon sa thickness ng wall kasi nga sobrang nipis niya. And for deriving no the equation for the analysis ng thin wall pressure vessel, so we have to use the inner diameter. Yan. So we will be deriving the equations for the stress no sa cylindrical pressure vessel, and also for wood stave pipes. So wood stave pipes, ito yung mga pipe na made up of wood na pinagdikit-dikit lang, no? Yung maninipis yun na wood na pinagdikit-dikit using the hoops. Okay? Kung familiar kayo sa mga ah tawag dyan, yung lalagyan ng alak, no? Yung mga bariles. Ayan. So, ganun yung itsura niya. So, later, ipapakita natin example ng tanks or pipes na made up of wood stick. Okay? So, dito muna tayo sa derivation ng equation for the stresses experienced sa cylindrical pressure vessel. So, we will be considering a cylindrical pressure vessel or cylindrical tank. So, yan yung kanyang orientation, nakahiga siya. So, for our derivation, so it is important no, for us to set the variables. So, for the length, we use L. And then for the thickness of the tank, so we use small letter T. Then D, capital letter D naman para sa inner diameter. So sabi kanina, we will be using inner diameter na for determining the formula or equation for the thin wall pressure vessels. Ayan, and also kasi no, kaya nga siya thin walled pressure vessel, sobrang nipis ng thickness niya na yung inner tsaka outer diameter natin is almost the same. Pero hindi sila the same kasi may thickness pa rin eh. No? So, for the analysis, we have to use inner diameter palagi. Okay? Kapag halimbawa sa problem, binigyan kayo ng outer diameter, so make sure na masosolve ninyo yung inner diameter or makukuha niyo yung inner diameter. Yan. Okay? So, this tank will not be still no subjected to pressure since para siyang wala pang laman. So, lagyan natin ng laman, let's say water. Ayan. So, it would be subjected to pressure na fully filled, no? Yung tank natin or yung vessel. So, when the vessel is fully filled with liquid, so there are two types ng stresses na na-experience no, for this cylindrical pressure vessel. So, the normal stresses no, developed ay tinatawag nating sigma T and sigma L. So, sigma T is the variable natin no, for, ayan, so balikan lang natin. Okay, so sigma T, that is our variable for the circumferential hoop stress and tangential stress. And also, tinatawag din siya na geared stress. So again, yung sigma T, we have it na known as the circumferential stress, geared stress, tangential stress, hoop stress. No, may apat siyang pangalan. And then ito naman si sigma L, this is the longitudinal stress. Ayan. So meron tayong dalawang type of stress na na-experience no, for the cylindrical vessel. So yung tangential is along the circumference or tangent siya sa circumference. And then, mali pala, no? Ano pala, talagang along the circumference. Ayan, along the circumference. Yung longitudinal naman is along the length of the tank or the vessel. Okay, so i-derive natin yung uh, equation no, for these two stresses. So, for the derivation of the tangential stress, circumferential, hoop, or root stress, we will be required no, to pass a cutting plane no, that would be cutting the circumference no, ng tank. Yan. So, ito yung circumference ng tank kasi natin. So, kailangan mahati siya. So, here, meron tayong lumabas dyan na cutting plane para makat siya. Okay? And then, tatanggalin natin yung nasa harap no, ng tank. I-consider lang natin is yung nasa likod. Kasi nga, mahahati siya into two. Ayan. And then, I-analyze na natin yung stresses, pressure na na-experience ng tank. So again, these are the variables. So length L, thickness T, and inner diameter T. So dito sa wall ng ating tank, dito na i-experience yung tinatawag natin na pressure loading. So this is the pressure load or bursting load, no? Ah, na binibigay nung stored na liquid or gas sa vessel. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung direction nung pressure vessel ay, I mean, nung pressure sa vessel natin is going towards, no, the wall of the tank. Kasi nga, gusto niya i-burst out yung material natin. Ayan, no? So, ang direction niya ay papunta sa wall ng tank. Another, mapapansin nyo din na yung pressure load is uniformly distributed, no? Pantay-pantay siya. Hindi nagbabago yung pressure load, no? Same height ito, no? So, isa to sa mga considerations natin sa thin-walled pressure vessel. Okay? Na kahit at this point, yung kino-consider natin na member or part nung vessel, same lang yung amount ng stress ni experience niya at this point. No, dun sa may pakurba. Ganon din sa kabila. No, pantay-pantay lang kahit dito sa gitna, no, same amount ng pressure yung nai-experience, no, doon sa buong tangke. Again, that is with consideration ng analysis natin for thin wall. Yan. Then, of course, if ito yung load natin, no, na kailangan i-contradict, the system should be in equilibrium. So, may kukontra dito sa pressure load natin. Ang kukontra dyan is yung strength nung vessel or yung strength nung material na ginamit natin for the vessel or for the tank. So, yung strength na yun is yung tinatawag natin na tangential stress. So, dito siya makikita sa wall thickness. Yan. No, meron sa taas, meron sa ibaba. That is our sigma t. Yan. So, for us to derive the equation for sigma t, kasi kailangan natin isolve yung yung value ng tangential stress given the um, variables or values, no, for our variables na length, thickness, and inner diameter, yung properties ng tank. So, kaya we have to derive, no, the equation. So, to derive, gagamit lang naman tayo ng equations of equilibrium. So, para madaling gamitin ng equations of equilibrium, magpakita tayo ng XYZ axis. So, mapapansin, all of our stresses, loadings ay along the x direction. So, kailangan lang ma-convert natin yung stress into a load. Ganon din yung pressure into a load. Para makakapag-summation tayo ng forces along the x-axis. No? Again, convert natin yung stress papuntang load. Yung pressure din papuntang load. Ayan. So, for our summation ng forces along x direction equal to 0, convert natin si sigma t into a force. Ayan. So, kailangan lang natin makuha yung resultant load that will have the same effect ng sigma t. Ayan. So, tinawag natin siya dito na F1. F1 din yung nasa ibaba. So the direction of F1 is the same with the direction of our tangential stress. So mapapansin nyo, magkasaliwa ng direction, no, yung sigma t tsaka yung pressure P. Kasi nga, to achieve equilibrium. Ayan. So this F1, masosolve natin to guys, no, using the concept of the normal stress. Kasi yung mga stresses na to, yung sigma T, sigma L, these are normal stress. Mapapansin nyo naman, perpendicular yung stress dito sa area no, kung saan siya acting. No, kaya normal stress lang siya, guys. So, 'di ba, no, from our previous na lecture, normal stress sigma is solved no using the formula na P over A. no? Load over A. So dito, instead of P, ang ginamit na variable is F. So, F1, your equation for sigma T, would be F1 over A. So, kung gusto mong isolve yung F1 in terms of the stress, that would be F1 equal to sigma A, sigma TA. Ayan. Okay? So, later, isa-substitute natin tong equation natin ng F1, no? Sa summation natin ng forces along X. Ayan. And again, take note, meron tayong dalawang F1 sa taas tsaka sa ibaba. Kasi wall din yun, no? Na nanakat. Next naman natin na i-convert into load is yung pressure P. Yan. So, tawagin naman natin na F2 yung force equivalent ng pressure. So, the direction is going towards pa rin the wall of the tank. So, para naman ma-solve natin yung equation for F2 in terms of P, same concept with the stress. So, yung um, pressure P kasi naso-solve din natin 'to using the equation ng stress, eh. Ano din siya, force over the area, kung saan siya nag-a-act. So, yung area naman kung saan nag-a-act yung, pressure natin is, yung projected area lang, 'no? Projected area lang nung wall ng tank na natatamaan ng tubig, na expose sa tubig. Projected lang. So, hindi mo na i-consider itong pa-arc, guys. So, ang magiging area lang natin, no, is ito, projected. So, if titingin ka lang directly sa x-axis, I mean, if yung plane mo ay YZ lang, ipa-flat lay mo, so this is the area na subjected to pressure P. Projected area lang siya, guys. Ayun. Okay? So, meron ka na ditong variable A. And then, yung F mo naman dyan is yung F2. So, ibig sabihin pala, guys, yung F2 natin will just be equivalent to PA. Yan. Pero guys, no, yung area here is not the same. Hindi sila pareho, no, ng area kung saan nag-a-act. Take note, yung area kung saan nag-a-act yung ating sigma T or tangential stress is dito sa wall ng tank. Ganyan, yun din. Wall ng tank lang siya. Yung sa pressure load naman natin is itong projected area ng wall. Yeah, na magkaiba sila ng value. Ayun, so let's now do the summation ng forces along x-axis na equal to 0 kasi alam na natin kung ano yung substitute for F1 and F2. So we have 2F1 minus F2 equal to 0. Bali, ito yun. No, nag-summation ng forces along x, may dalawa kang F1 tapos isang F2 na opposite direction, kaya negative. And then substituting equation for F1. So ang equation natin for F1 is sigma T times the area 1. So yung area 1 natin ay equivalent doon sa area ng wall ng tank. So that is T times L. Kaya we have sigma T TL. Yan. Tapos yung F2 naman, so ito na yung equation natin, no? P A2. So yung A2 is yung projected area nung tank, which is equivalent to the inner diameter times the length. So DL. Yan. So substitute na natin. We have 2 times sigma T times TL minus PDL equal to 0. ita-transpose lang natin yung negative PDL sa kabilang side. So, magiging ganito yung equation natin. 2 sigma TTL equal to PDL. So, we can cancel yung same na variable sa both sides ng equation, which is yung L. Then, wala naman ng iba. And then, solve natin yung next yung sigma t, kasi ito yung concern natin, equation for the tangential stress. So solving for sigma t, we have sigma t or tangential stress equal to PD over 2t. Yan. So that is our equation no, for the tangential stress. So guys, yung derivation na to, pwede namang hindi mo siya gawin kapag ka magsosolve na. We just have to make sure na kabisado yung equation. No? Pinakita ko lang para you have a reference, no? Kung saan nanggaling yung formula natin ng tangential stress. So that is PD over 2t for sigma t. So next naman natin na i-derive is the equation for the longitudinal stress. So makukuha naman natin yung longitudinal stress kapag kakinat natin yung longitudinal length nung tank. Okay, so this will be the cutting plane. Tanggalin lang natin yung kalahating portion, no, nung tank. So for us to analyze the stresses na acting dito sa tank. Ayan. So, for our variables, we still have yung um, inner diameter, tapos thickness T. Yung length L, wala na siya. Okay? So, the stresses involved, of course, the longitudinal stress, no, nakukontra sa pressure loading. Yan. Okay, and this is the inner diameter D. So, dyan sa cross-section na yan, mag-act si pressure loading. And then, para naman sa stress L natin, longitudinal na stress, wala siyang ibang pangalan, no? Unlike tangential stress na may hoop, geared, circumferential. Si longitudinal stress lang talaga yung name niya. Ayun. So, nag-act naman yung longitudinal stress within the wall. No? So, wall. Okay. So, i-derive na natin yung equation ni sigma L. So, ito yung XYZ axis natin. All of the pressure and stress acts along the y-axis. So, i-convert din natin no, yung stress and pressure into load for us to use no, yung summation of forces along y equal to 0. So, sigma L, yung force, no, resultant force na gagamitin natin for that stress is F1. And para naman sa pressure, we will use F2. Yan. So, magkaiba sila ng direction no, to achieve equilibrium. And then next, i-convert alamin natin no yung equation ng F1 in terms of the sigma L following pa rin the equation ng ang stress is equal to force over area. So this is equivalent to sigma L times A. Yung A natin no, yung A natin guys is equivalent to the wall thickness. Yan. Na kung mapapansin lumabas yung equation natin dito that is pi dt. So, saan nanggaling yung pi dt? So, nanggaling to guys sa circumference ng inner wall. Again, circumference. So, that's pi d. And then times the thickness t. Yan. So, ganun kunin guys yung area no, kung saan nag-act yung longitudinal stress for thin wall pressure vessels. Again, inner circumference times the thickness T. So, hindi siya yung malaking bilog minus maliit na bilog. Bakit? Kasi nga, thin wall vessel to. Kapag ginawa natin yun na malaking area minus maliit na area ng bilog na for the wall thickness, our area will be equivalent, halos magzi-zero na siya dahil sobrang nipis nga lang nung tank natin. Kaya to solve no, for the area kung saan nag-act yung longitudinal stress, we use inner circumference times the thickness. Yan, tandaan yun, no? So, sigma L pi dt, yun yung equation natin for F1. Gagamitin no, for substitution sa equation natin ng summation ng Fy equal to 0. Yan. Next naman ay si F2. So, to determine the equation ng F2 in terms of P, so it's still equivalent to PA. Pero yung area natin, guys, is dapat no yung area kung saan nag-act yung pressure. So dito siya sa inner na circle, no, nag-act. And ang equation natin for that area is pi d squared over 4. No, kasi bilog lang naman ito, guys. Yeah, now pi d squared over 4. So d again is the inner diameter. Ayan, so pwede na natin i-substitute sa equation natin ng summation ng forces along y equal to 0. So F1, we have sigma L pi dt, F2 P pi d squared over 4. Ayan. So tinranspose lang yung F2 sa kabilang side, no? For us to derive the equation for the sigma L, longitudinal stress. Yan. Or parang kasi dito sa equation sa ano natin sa free body diagram, no, you have F1 going to this direction papunta sa y, positive y, tapos F2 naman going to the negative y. So equal lang yung value nila dahil magko-contradict lang tong dalawang force na involved eh. Ayan, no? Kaya F1 is equal to F2. Substituting F1, ito yung equation. Substituting F2, ito naman yung equation. We can cancel out pi and also d, isang d. No, kasi both sides ng equation natin ay merong pi and d. So, matitira sa atin ay sigma LT equal to PD over 4. Let's solve for sigma L kasi yun ang kailangan natin. No? So, sigma L is equal to PD over 40. Ayan. Oh, medyo kamukha niya yung sa tangential stress natin pero hindi sila the same. Kasi again, yung tangential stress, sigma T, is equal to PD over 2T. Yung longitudinal naman ay PD over 40. So parang may relationship nga yung dalawang yan eh. No? Yung sigma T or tangential stress is equivalent to twice, no? Twice ng longitudinal. Again, yung tangential stress is equivalent to twice of the longitudinal stress sa cylindrical tank. And then, yung longitudinal stress naman is equivalent no to half of the tangential stress. Yan. Kasi nga, di ba, PD over 2T, yung tangential, tapos longitudinal mo naman ay PD over 40. So, pwede nyo gamitin yung relationship na yun, guys, na nabanggit ko to easily compute no, yung longitudinal once na meron ka ng tangential stress. Yan. Okay? So, again, to use this equation, yung P is the internal pressure, D naman is the inner diameter, T is the thickness of the vessel. Yun kasi yung tatlong variables na meron tayo. Okay. So, ayun yung dalawang stress natin sa cylindrical pressure vessel. Next naman, spherical pressure vessel naman yung i-derive natin. So, kung kanina sa sa cylindrical pressure vessel, meron tayong dalawang type ng stress dahil yun sa cross-section nung tank, no? Pagkahinati natin siya sa patayo at saka pahiga, iba yung cross-section na lalabas. Ito naman yung sa spherical pressure vessel natin, since spherical siya, kahit anong cut natin dyan, patayo, pahiga, same yung lalabas, no? Na itsura nung cutted na section. So with that regards, no, meron lang tayo ditong isang type ng stress na isa-solve. And that stress is the spherical stress. Yan. So to derive the equation for the spherical stress, we will still be using our variables, no, internal pressure P, inner diameter D, and thickness T. Yan. So, ito yon. Yan. For the stress distribution again, at any direction, we have the same value ng stress, sigma S, and sigma S stands for the spherical stress. Yan. So to derive this spherical stress equation, we will be passing this cutting plane CC. Ayan. And then mahahati into hemisphere yung ating spherical tank. And then these are the pressure and stresses na na-experience sa loob ng tank. Ayan. So sigma S, yung tawag natin sa stress along the wall, dun sa wall. Tapos yung P naman yung internal pressure. That is uh, a bursting na pressure na gusto niyang pasabugin, no? Yung tangke kapag ka-contained siya nung liquid or gas. Yeah, so still, these are our variables, D and T. So kung mapapansin nyo guys, halos same ng orientation ng stress tsaka pressure, no? Yung nandito sa spherical vessel and yung sa longitudinal vessel natin. So kung mamaya mapapansin nyo, they will come up to the same equation. Okay. So let's sum up forces along the y direction since we have sigma S and P na along y direction. But we have to resolve yung stresses and pressure na to into a force. So sigma S will be resolved into F1. So ang direction ng F1 is papalayo sa tank. And then we have F2 for the pressure loading naman. Yan, ang direction naman is going towards the wall of the tank. Yan. So in our summation ng force along y equal to 0, we have F1 minus F2 equal to 0. Yan, F1 minus F2. So F1, resolve lang natin into stress. So this is equal to sigma S times the area. And then yung area natin is the wall thickness. So again, thin-walled vessel ito. So yung area natin kung saan nag-act si sigma S is equal to the circumference ng inner times the thickness. So that is pi dt. And then for the pressure, or F2 in terms of pressure, we have P times the area kung saan nag-act yung pressure load. So, bilog lang ito. And that equation is equivalent to pi d squared over 4. Yung d na gagamitin is yung inner diameter pa rin. Okay? So, substituting these derived equations for F1 and F2, we have sigma S pi dt equal to P pi d squared over 4. So, we can cancel pi and d since both sides of the equation have the same variable. So, matitira lang sa atin ay sigma S t equal to PD over 4. Solving for sigma S or spherical stress is equivalent to PD over 40. Ayan. So, di ba? Same yung na-derive natin na equation for the spherical and longitudinal stress. Ayan. So, madali siyang maalala, no? Hindi siya mahirap na kabisaduhin. Yan. So, meron na tayong na-derive na tatlong equation. Tangential stress for cylindrical, PD over 2T. Longitudinal stress for cylindrical pressure vessel is PD over 40. And spherical stress for spherical vessel ay PD over 40. Then last natin na i-derive is the equation for the wooden tanks. Ayan. Or yung wood stave pipes. Ayan. So, ito yung itsura ng wood stave pipes natin or wooden tanks. So, composed siya ng mga maliliit na wood, no? Hiwa-hiwalay na wood. And then, pinag-combine using the hoops. Ayan. So, ang main concern natin dito sa wooden tanks or wood stave pipes is yung magiging distances or spacing ng hoops para masustain, no, yung pressure na kine-carry nung wooden tank. So, usually liquid yung stored dito kasi mahirap i-contain dyan yung gas. Kasi possible there will be leakage dahil sa mga spacing. Ayan, kaya usually liquid yung ini-store natin dito. Ayan, so before dati pa wala pa tayong PVC pipes. So ang connection ng mga tubig natin is using wooden pipes. Pero of course ah, hindi siya parang sustainable no na material no for pipe use. Kaya na-develop yung paggamit natin ng mga PVC. Yan. Kasi ang taas nung risk na magkaroon ng leakage kapag ganito yung ginagamit natin. Yan. Okay? So, but still, we have wooden tanks na for storage ng mga wine, no? Mga alak. Yan. Okay? So, again, ang goal natin dito is to derive the equation for the spacing of the hoops. Yan. So, to derive it, we will be passing 3 cutting planes. Ayan. So, ito yung tatlong cutting plane natin, A, B, and C. Okay. So, for our variables, we have inner diameter D and S for the spacing of the hoop, center to center. Ayan. So, kapag tinanggal natin, guys, yung nasa left, right, at saka itong harap na ito, yung matitira lang is yung nasa likod, no? This will be the cutted na section. Okay? Yung i-consider natin the section. Yan. So, exposing the inner wall, yung wood stave pipes, and also yung cross-section ng hoops. Yan. So, again, for our variables, we have inner diameter D, and then spacing over 2. Spacing over 2 sa magkabilang side kasi nga na section siya. Nahati eh. Ito yun, no? Yung section AA tsaka BB natin ay hahatiin yung tank sa gitna nung hoops. Ganon din doon sa kabilang side. Kaya nung natanggal na, we have S over 2 dito sa magkabilang side. Ayan. For the stress distribution, so we have pressure load going towards the wall of the tank. And dito naman sa area ng hoops, no? Sa exposed area ng hoops, no, diyan natin makikita yung conducting na stress, no, dito sa area. Ayan, which is sigma H. Then kung mapapansin, yung wall nung tank natin is walang dinadala na stress. No, wala siya dinadala na stress kasi again, kung babalikan natin, yung tank natin is made up of tanks ay yung tank natin is made up of wood na magkakahiwa-hiwalay. So hindi siya makakapag-carry ng sobrang taas na load. So ang nag-support dun sa tank natin para maka-store siya ng liquid is yung hoops, hindi yung wooden na wall. Okay, so ito lang dalawa, sigma H and the pressure. Yan. So, to derive, no, gagamit lang ulit tayo ng equations of equilibrium. So we have x, y, z axis. Yan. And then, all of the pressure and stresses are along x direction. So, gagamit tayo ng summation of forces along x equal to 0. And then, since forces yung kailangan natin, we have to convert yung stresses and pressure into load. So, si sigma H, stress of hoops, tatawagin natin F1 yung resulting stress niya. Meron tayong dalawang na-expose na hoops, no, sa magkabilang sides. Of course, meron ka din ditong F1 sa baba. Yeah. Next is sa pressure sa wall. So, we have here F2. No? Tatawagin natin siya F2. Ang direction niya is going towards the wall of the tank. Ayan. So, by summation of forces along X, so we have 2F1 minus F2. equal to 0. Yung F1, kunin natin yung equation niya in terms of the stress. So that would be sigma H AH. Ayan. So, yung AH natin dito is a variable na for the equation ng area ng hoops. Kasi iba-iba yung shape niyan. Pwedeng bilog, pwedeng ganyan, rectangle, pwedeng triangle. So, depende sa designer. No? Kaya wala tayong gagamiting any derived equation for area ng hoops. Kaya AH na lang siya. Okay? Then for F2 naman, so we have P, pressure, times the area projected. Yeah, so ito yung projected area natin dyan. So that is equivalent to the diameter, inner, then ito, which is equivalent to 2S over 2. Ayan. E di S lang yan, no? Spacing S lang. Oh, so equation for F2 is PDS. Ayan. So substitute natin ngayon dito sa F1 and F2 yung equation. We have 2 sigma HAH minus PDS equal to 0. And then, ang concern natin is the S na spacing ng hoops. So, resolve lang natin kasi walang makakancel dyan kapag ka-transpose natin sa kabilang side. So, solve for the spacing. Spacing is equivalent to 2 sigma H AH over PD. Yan. Again, spacing ng hoops is equal to 2 sigma H AH over PD. Ayan. Okay? So, ayan na yung apat natin na derived equation. Ayan. Okay. Again, hindi nyo na yan kailangan na i-derive ulit kapag magsasolve na kayo ng mga problems na about the thin-walled pressure vessels. Yeah, so pinakita ko lang yung derivation so that you have a background na information, no? Kung saan nanggaling yung mga equations natin. You can just memorize, no, yung mga formulas na yan. Okay, so next, we will have our sample problem. Okay, so let's try to solve the sample problem. Calculate the minimum wall thickness in inches for a cylindrical vessel that is to carry a gas at a pressure of 1,400 psi. The diameter of the vessel is 2 feet and the stress is limited to 12 ksi. So for this problem, we are provided ng limiting stress. Okay? So this is the allowable na stress no, for the tank, yung material ng tank, yung kaya lang niya na i-sustain na stress. So bawal lumagpas dyan kasi kapag lumagpas yung stress na experience niya to this 12 KSI, possible mag-burst out no yung tank natin na nagkikerry ng gas. Okay? Aside from that, given din tayo ng pressure no, na 1,400 PSI and the properties no, ng tank, the diameter, which is 2 feet. And ang hinahanap sa atin is the wall thickness. So by the way, the diameter of the vessel 2 feet ay inner diameter na. Okay? Since walang sinabi no, kung outer or inner. So by default, this is inner diameter. Okay. So since we have a cylindrical vessel, we have to um, investigate no, what would be the allowed na wall thickness for the tangential, along the tangential, and along the longitudinal. Kasi dalawa eh. Dalawa yung type ng normal stress natin na involve. So, let's first analyze the stress no along the tangential. So, considering the tangential stress, we have the equation derived na sigma t is equal to PD over 2T. Yeah. Okay. So sigma T, ang gagamitin natin dyan is the limiting stress na 12 KSI. For internal pressure, that is 1,400 PSI. For inner diameter, we will use yung 2 feet. Yan na, given na yun. Again, inner na to kasi wala namang sinabi na yan ay outer. So kapag wala nang sinabi, ang default ay inner. Okay. Then, thickness T. Okay. For thickness T, hindi natin alam yon. We have to solve pa. Okay? Ngayon, kapag sinolve natin later then, no, yung sa longitudinal stress, makakuha din tayo ng another thickness. So, we just have to pick kung ano yung suitable for our limiting stress, yung hindi mapapa-burst out yung material natin or hindi mapapa-exceed yung value ng stress to 12 KSI. Okay? Pipili lang tayo ng suitable na thickness mamaya. Sige, so isolve muna natin guys yung thickness considering the tangential stress. So let's substitute the stress, pressure, and diameter or yung mga given. Or it is much better if diretsong thickness T na yung isosolve natin dyan. So, ililipat ko lang to dito. Itong thickness naman ay sa kabila. Okay? So we have pressure 1,400 PSI, no, times the diameter 2 feet. Okay, over 2 times the sigma T. We have 12 KSI. So, mapapansin natin guys, no, dito sa ating substituted na values no, for solving thickness T, iba-iba yung units natin. So, kailangan muna mag-convert tayo ng units na para pareho sila or para may magka-cancel out. Okay? So, ito kasi yung PSI at KSI, hindi yan magka-cancel since they are different. Okay? So, i-convert muna natin yung KSI papuntang PSI. Ito din, yung feet, i-convert na rin natin since, 'di ba, kung magiging PSI yung KSI, maka-cancel out siya. So, magiging unit natin ng thickness ay feet. But, from the problem kasi, required tayo na ang thickness ay naka-inches. So, i-convert natin, no, yung feet into inches. Okay. So, multiply tayo dyan ng 12-inch, 1 foot. Okay. So, that cancel out yung feet. We have inch. Yung PSI, yan na yun. Yung KSI, ko-convert natin to PSI. So, we'll be multiplying 1,000 PSI divided by 1 KSI. Yan. So, cancel out yung KSI. Makaka-cancel din yung PSI later on. Okay? So, extend ko lang to. Ayan. Okay. And then, we can now solve, no, for the thickness T considering the tangential stress. Yeah. Okay. So, plug in lang natin sa calcu yung mga values. Ingat lang sa pag-type kasi baka mamali ng input. Of course, pag nagkamali ka ng input, may lalabas dyan na value na different sa in-expect nating answer. Okay. Okay, so we have 1,400 times 2 times 12 divided by 2 times 12 times 1,000. Okay. So, thickness required, no, along the tangential is 1.4 inches. 1.4 inches. But hindi pa natin to i-box, no? Kasi we have to compare yung nakuha natin value sa longitudinal stress, no? Kung ano i-require niya na thickness. Okay. So, longitudinal stress, ang equation natin is sigma L equal to PD over 40. Okay. So, input lang natin lahat ng mga values natin same with the tangential. Papunta dito, no, sa equation natin. Kasi hindi naman nagbago yung properties ng tank natin. We will be using the same tank. Okay. So, solving for E, we have the pressure na 1,400 PSI, inner diameter na 2 times 12 inches, then divided by 4 times the stress sa longitudinal, which is the same with the tangential na 12 KSI. So, uniform yung stress ng material natin. Okay. So, we have 12. Okay. Next na. 12,000 PSI. Yan. Okay. So, cancel yung PSI. We have thickness required sa longitudinal equivalent to, okay, so let's check. So, papalitan lang natin to guys, yung instead of 2, we have 4. Yeah. So, 0.7 inches. Yan. Okay. So, meron kang dalawang thickness no, na na-compute. Okay. Thickness na 1.4 inch and 0.7 inch. Na kanina, lumabas na yung answer, no? 1.4. Yeah. Pero kung halimbawa, hindi pa lumalabas yung value na 1.4, paano natin malalaman na 1.4 yung answer? So again, kailangan sa pagpili natin ng thickness, we will be choosing yung suitable thickness na hindi mapapa-exceed yung stress natin sa tank na 12 KSI. So kasi kung yung 0.7 inches na thickness yung gagamitin natin no to for our tank, possible lumagpas yung uh, longitudinal stress natin dyan sa 12 SI. So pwede nating ipakita no yung checking. Okay. Bale, we will be using this 0.7 thickness inches na thickness na for our tank, and then isosolve natin yung sigma L. Pabaliktad, no? Okay. So, sigma L is equal to 1,400 PSI times the inner diameter, same inner diameter, 2 feet, gawing lang inches, and then divided by 4 times the thickness na 0.7 inches. Okay? And then we will be computing for the sigma L. Okay? So you have 1/4 times 2 times 12 over 4 times 0.7. Okay, so we have sigma L equivalent to 12,000. Oo, tama pala. So 12,000 PSI. Okay? Then, kapag we will use no the same thickness no to solve naman the tangential stress, same thickness, we have sigma T equal to 14,000. No, for 1,400. times 2 times 12, same inner diameter. Then 2 times 0.7 inches, no, for thickness. So we will be able to solve, no, for the tangential stress. Equivalent to 24,000. No, again, using the 0.7 inches na thickness, we're able to solve for the longitudinal stress, the 12,000 psi. And then for tangential, palitan lang natin na going to 24,000. Yan, psi. So, mapapansin, guys, sa tangential, nag-exceed yung stress natin. Mas malaki, no, kaysa dun sa limiting stress na 12 KSI or 12,000 PSI. Ito, yung sa longitudinal, okay lang kasi equivalent siya dun sa limiting, okay siya. Pero pagdating dito, hindi pwede. So, not suitable yung thickness natin, no, na 0.7 inches. So, let's check naman, no, for the stress, no, doon na may experience sa cylindrical tank kapag 1.4 inches yung gagamitin natin. Okay. So, let's solve for the same na. Longitudinal muna. Yan. So, for the longitudinal stress, we have 1,400 PSI times diameter over 4 times the thickness na 1.4. Yan. So, makancel yung inch na unit we have in PSI for the longitudinal stress. And the value for longitudinal stress using 1.4 inch, no, na thickness is times 12 over 4 times 1.4, 6,000. Okay. So the computed longitudinal stress is 6,000 PSI. This is smaller, no, than the limiting stress, which is good limit. Yan. Limit. So, which is okay, no, for our design. Next, i-check naman natin yung sa tangential. But I bet, uh, since na-derive natin yung 1.4 inch dito sa tangential stress na 12 KSI, of course, ang makukuha natin ditong value ng tangential stress is 12,000 PSI or 12 KSI din. Okay, so pwede natin i-check. Input lang natin thickness na 1.4 inch. Okay. Okay. So from our previous equation, let's just change the denominator. Instead of 4, we have 2. Ayan, no? 12,000. 12,000 PSI. Which is equivalent to the limiting stress. So, okay din to kasi nga hindi naman lumagpas dun sa 12 KSI. Okay lang yung mababa tsaka equal, pero pagka more than, bawal. Okay? So, since both the tangential and longitudinal stress doesn't exceeded the limit na 12 KSI, so it is confirmed na yung minimum thickness for the wall is 1.4 inches. Yan. Okay, kailangan both acceptable, no? Kapag may isa na mag-exceed, so hindi na siya pwedeng gamitin. Okay. So our answer no, for this sample problem, minimum wall thickness for cylindrical vessel is 1.4 inches. So let's proceed to another sample problem. So the wall thickness of a 4 feet diameter spherical tank is 5/16 inch. So calculate the allowable internal pressure if the stress is limited to 8,000 psi. So this time we have a spherical tank. So the spherical stress equation is PD over 40 again. No? So ilista natin yung formula. PD over 40. Yan. No? Na-derive natin kanina. So ang given sa atin ay diameter ng tank, 4 feet, and then thickness, no? 5/16 inches. And limiting stress na 8,000 PSI. So, ang hinahanap ay internal pressure. Ayan. So, internal pressure naman ang nawawala ngayon. Sige. So, let's substitute all of the values given and then solve for the pressure. Direct sub lang madalas yung mga problems natin for analysis sa thin wall pressure. Ang nagiging trick lang dito is yung conversion ng unit. So, make sure hindi nalilito sa pag-convert no, ng mga units. Okay, so we have the stress, 8,000 PSI. Then equal to pressure P. Okay. Diameter, 4 feet. And so hindi ulit sinabi no, kung inner or outer. So this is inner diameter. Direct substitute lang natin. Pero naka-feet pa siya. So convert natin to inches. So multiply lang ng 12 para maging inch. And then divided by the thickness. So we have 5/16 inch. Yeah. So, shape solve lang to, no? Para makuha si pressure. We have 8,000 equal to pressure 4 times 12 over 4 times 5/16. Yan. So, dissolve pressure is equivalent to 208.333 unit PSI. 208.333. Yeah, PSI yung matitira na unit kasi cancel out yung inch. No? Yan. So, unlike sa tangential, sa cylindrical pressure vessel, no. Pagka spherical yung tank natin, you don't need to check yung other type ng stresses kung ano yung kailangan natin gamitin no na internal pressure, thickness, or diameter. Kasi pag spherical, again, at any direction, we have the same amount ng stress. Okay? Ganun din yung makukuha natin guys na design no, for the thickness, diameter, and pressure. Okay? So, this is our final answer na no, for this sample problem. Then lastly, okay, so a wood pipe having an inner diameter of 3.2 feet is bound together using steel hoops, each having a cross-sectional area of 0.25 square inch. So if the allowable stress for the hoops is 12.6 KSI, determine the maximum spacing S along the section of pipe so that the pipe can resist an internal gauge pressure of 4.1 psi. Assume each hoop supports the pressure loading along the length S of the pipe. Yeah, so the last sample problem is about the wooden tanks or wood stay pipes. And we are required to solve for the maximum spacing. List down muna natin lahat ng given natin. No, para malaman no kung ano yung mga kailangan gamitin lang no to solve for the spacing. Ayan, so binigyan tayo inner diameter 3.2 feet. Okay. Next, cross-sectional area of the hoops. Variable natin doon, di ba, is EH. So, 0.25 square inch. We have allowable stress sa hoops. Sigma H yon 12.6 KSI. Internal gauge pressure, yung P, 4.1 PSI. Okay. And wala na. No? Solve daw yung spacing. So, na-derive natin kanina yung equation ng spacing no, for wooden tanks or wooden stave pipes na S is equal to 2 sigma H AH over PD. Yan. Okay? So, kompleto naman lahat ng kailangan natin, no, to solve for the spacing. Ayan, you have sigma H, AH, pressure, and diameter. So, madali natin masasolve si spacing. Sige. So, let's substitute. You have 2, sigma H is 12.6 KSI. Okay, convert natin to sa PSI kasi yung pressure naka-PSI eh. So, let's multiply it sa raised to 3 or 1,000. Para maging PSI. Yan. And then AH, area na mismo yung binigay. So, hindi mo na kailangang gumamit ng equation no, to solve for the area ng hoops. Pero there are problems na ang binibigay is dimension nung cross-section of the steel hoops. So, dito, direct sub na lang siya. Then, for pressure, we have 4.1. 4.1 PSI. And then diameter at 3.2 feet. So, gawin natin siyang inches. Multiply tayo ng 12. Okay? So, makakancel out yung PSI na unit and yung isang inch. So, we are expecting unit na inch na for the spacing. Wala namang ni-require na units, okay na yan. Okay, so let's solve for the spacing. 2 times 12.6 times 10 raised to 3. Okay, times 0.25 divided by 4.1 times 3.2 times 12. So make sure lang na tama no yung mga values na in-input natin sa calculator. Okay, so tama naman. We have 40.015 inches. 015 inch. And that is our answer no for this sample problem, the spacing ng hoops. Yan. Okay. So that's it for our lecture, the analysis of thin wall pressure vessels.